Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here. We're back. We're doing a best 2 out of 3 Kaldheim draft. Alright, the rare is Cyclone Summoner. Kind of a cool card, but I'm not going to take it. Probably looking at Avalanche Collar. This card is so dirty. It's one of those cards where you play it, you really don't have any hope of winning, and then like on turn 10 you rip it and you're like, oh, I guess I just win. I guess I just activate 3 lands and tag you for $1 billion. There's nothing you can do about it. So, really dirty card. Gonna first pick it. Does require a snow element to your deck, but those are fun decks anyway, so we'll first pick that. I like Finn. I haven't really played the Path of the World Tree deck, but I played against it, and it's a cute card. It's fun. Doomscar Oracle, having PTSD about my failed attempts at the black-white 2-spell a turn deck. I wish it didn't require so much because it's fun. Squash is good, but I only like it if I'm paying the discounted price, and then there was other good cards, but that's okay. So, follow-up pick. Nothing in blue worth our time. Might just take the Snow Island. There is Basalt Ravager, which is a pretty good card. It's also a wizard. So, does actually have pretty good synergy with the Caller. Kind of puts us more in a giant colors, which I also like. I mean, it is a good card. 4 mana, 4 power. Probably comes in and kills something. Good with changelings, which are in blue. But if I take Snowland now, it's certainly going to be good for us. It goes perfect with our first pick. And I think those are the only 2 cards I'm really considering here. It's Ravager versus Island. I think I'm going to go Island. I'm going to just remain a little bit more open to more snow colors. Because red's not really a snow color. And giants are good, but I feel like the snow is more fun to play. I don't know. I might be wrong. So in blue now we've got Bind and Mistwalker. Both are, I mean, Mistwalker's actually pretty good. Or I could take the Replicating Ring. But I'd probably just take another Snowland as a free card for the deck. Which I might be okay with. Or I can cut the Mistwalker. Mistwalker might be better. It for sure puts us more deeper into blue. It is a good card. It's Changeling. We may not, I mean, green is a heavy snow color, which I like. But we might not end up Simic. I'm going to take Mistwalker. I feel like it for sure makes the deck, and it's a good card. All right, Arcanist. Run Ashore. Harbinger in here. And a Sinkhole. I like the Jarl. I think I'm okay taking the Arcanist here, though. We already have a Changeling to make it cheaper. And if you end up with multiple instant sorceries, it's a great card. So let's just continue to cut blue for now. See what's going on. All right, this is a cool card. But I don't know if it's worth branching into black for. It's also Replicating Ring. But it doesn't really synergize with Avalanche Caller. Probably just take another Mistwalker. Can't go wrong. Volatile Fjord would give us another Snowland. But I actually like Mistwalker a lot. I don't know. It's a great card. Great blocker. Great attacker. It's Changeling. Rune Crown is fun. Sulphur's Mire in here. Maybe just take the Raven. We don't have any runes yet, even though we could find some. It's also a Port of Carful in here, which is cool. But yeah, let's go Raven. Raven's awesome. Got a lot of evasion going now, which is good. So we can take the Yeti. Or we can take a Raven Wings. Kind of already have evasion. Jarl is good. I'm going to take the Yeti. I don't think it's the most exciting card here, but I don't know what I want my second color to be yet. I haven't decided. So for now, I'm happy to continue down a blue path and see what happens. All right, here, well, we can take the Snowland. There's a bunch of blue stuff, which is good. I think that means we successfully cut it. We did see some black in the last pack. I feel like I'd rather have the snow stuff now with the Avalanche Caller. Could take Disdainful Stroke. It certainly comes up a lot, and it's very playable. But you know what? I'm going to take Snowland in case black is open, because I'm going to be pretty happy to have it if it is. So could take another Yeti, another chance to get the Disdainful Stroke, and a miss. But I'll take another Snow Swamp here, I think. Continue to sort of hunt. Could have taken the Craven Giant, I guess. But actually, I mean, there's some pretty good value stuff we can get off Arcanist in black as well. some good spot removal, like the Feed the Serpents, I guess, but we'll see. All right, a bit of a miss here. I mean, my favorite card in here is the Veil, so there's a Recruiter, which I guess technically could get back some stuff. I can consider it, because I'm probably not playing Planning, although Planning does work with Arcanist. All right, let's cut the blue then. Okay, choices now. We could take the Grim Draugr, which does work with our Snowlands, or we can take the Port, which is a free spell land. I might just go spell land now. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. You can do this at instant speed, but it enters tapped, so it doesn't really matter that much. It matters if you have enter the battlefield effects. Doesn't matter if you're trying to surprise block or something like that. But I'm generally down with spell lands. Now that I've heard LSV call them spell lands, I feel better about calling them spell lands, even though they're not technically the spell lands that we're used to from Zendikar Rising. I love Jarl. There's Run Ashore too, but Jarl's just so great. Run Ashore is pretty sweet if we make like an Arcanist thing going, but I can't. This card is just fun. Just very good. Just a very good card. Especially with like Mistwalker. Block. Foretell that in, flash it in. So I could take the Dogged Pursuit, but we'll take the Yeti. We've already got some. I guess we already have a Yeti, but Dogged Pursuit deck, though fun, probably just not that good in this format. It's tough. It's too tough to put together. I don't like the start of this deck for that, although the Mistwalkers actually do lend themselves kind of well to a Dogged Pursuit deck. All right, another Port or another chance. I'm going to take another Port. They're like free cards in the deck. So in blue, we could do Pretender, Kinseeker. There's Skull Raid. Halvar is pretty sweet. Do I want to splash this? Or pivot? I mean, we can easily pivot. We don't have any enchantments or equipped, though. And we do have the Snow and Black, which makes our Avalanche Caller better. Do we have any sort of creature consistency? Not really. We've got, I guess we have 4 wizards. So I could take the Pretender or the Kinseeker. 3 drops usually, generally better than 4 drops. Maybe just take the Pretender, it's colorless. Or we could take the Disciples as kind of solid 2-drop, but I'll take the Pretender. See what happens. All right, Kraken. I mean, it's cool. Or we can take Mistwalker, probably Behold. Kraken's kind of expensive. It is cool, but you need a lot of snow to support it. I'm going to take Behold. It's just a great value card. Plus, if we get multiple Beholds, it makes our Arcanist quite a bit better. Pretender makes Arcanist better too. So Changelings in blue are going to be good for the most part. I mean, if you have to pay full price on this, it's fine as long as you're getting some value out of it. Okay, saw it coming for counter value, otherwise Skull Raid. You know what? I'm okay taking saw it coming. This is a good card to actually have with Port, because now you can leave up counterspell, or if you have the mana, get a creature back. Depart the Realm would be fine. I don't really like Bind the Monster in general, but certainly not for a slowish looking deck like we're doing. I do actually like Disdainful Stroke and Skull Raid, but I'll take Saw It Coming. So we're doing okay. I think the main issue I have right now is we really don't have much removal at all. So would like to improve that. All right, choices now. So there's Shadow Sage, but is it a wizard? No, cleric. So yeah, not really. Don't really have enough consistency for that. I could take another Jarl. How many zombies? Just one. Probably still take the Jarl, considering how removal light we are, and how big butted our creatures are. I have a feeling Jarl's gonna be pretty good, so we'll take it. Actually, Jarl is cool with Port too. You can Yeah, get it in there. I like that. Feels like an actual miss here. Might just take bind, at least for sideboard. Not going to do the pursuit. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think pursuit's good enough. I don't really like the bind here either, but considering we have no removal, it's probably a prudent choice. So could take the Yeti. Could take another strategic planning. Or we can take Demonic Gifts. Demonic Gifts is actually kind of cool with Jarl. Planning gives us an actual thing to do with Arcanist. But Gifts is also good to save creatures, and I mean, it's kind of cool with Arcanist if we get multiples as well. You know what? I'm gonna try Gifts. I'm gonna hope we find I hope we find some actual stuff to do with Arcanist, but I like the idea of Gifts with Jarl. Block with it. Like in multi-block situations, Jarl, you Gifts it. Probably kills something. Comes back, maybe kills another thing. It certainly can be good. Alright, so choices here. On color, we got the Thought Thief, the Hawk, and the Invader. Invader would give us something big, but Hawk can loot. We only have 3 snow lands. We're definitely getting cut on snow. Thought Thief would give us another zombie. I think I'm going to go for big, because we're probably playing 18 lands. So I can take another one. Don't really have the legends. This would give us a 2-drop. Can't pump it, though. Carve, don't really want to do that. Could do the Recruiter. Could be a value card to get stuff back. It's expensive to boast, but we kind of already got a res plan. Although this mills. Alright, I guess we'll maybe try the Recruiter here. Okay, we'll take Skull Raid. Looks like white's open, but I'm not going to pivot now. It's way too late. Alright, got the Kraken. We just don't have the snow to support it. I'll take the Draugr. So, definitely I feel like I push myself into... I mean, the thing is, I think we're still fine. But I definitely feel like I pushed myself into black because I got those snow lands, because I got those ports. And ultimately, maybe blue-white skies, you know, could have been better. We'll see. Could take the Village Rites, could take the Raven Form. We don't really have good sack stuff for Village Rites, so I guess Raven Form because we're removal light. I might need to just play it. Mirror Lake. No way we can make it work. Guess we'll take a Dogged Pursuit. I'm trying to think what our deck needs. I'm actually going to take the second planning, so we at least have one way to activate Arcanist. We have a lot of self-mill going on here. So, can do the God's Heist. We don't have great... The problem is we really don't have good things to trade. So I think we probably take the Snow Swamp here because we've got Avalanche Caller, we have Draugr, we have Yetis. So we have actual ways to utilize it. We might wheel the God's Heist anyway. I like Inga. It would give us another wizard too. And I guess technically we need 2 more creatures, but I'm going to take Snow Swamp. I think we need it. Pathway, another Jarl, or the Bergstrider. I really like Bergstrider a lot. I think I'm going to take it. It buys you time. It gives you a beater. It's another giant, I guess, for Arcanus sometimes. So we'll take Strider. It's just a good way to survive. Another Avalanche Caller. Well, we're going to take that. We only have 4 Snowlands, but that's certainly enough to make Avalanche Caller do something. It also is just a random good blocker. Now I probably just take Floodplain. I mean, we have enough for a deck. I want the Bergstrider too, but with double Avalanche Caller, we take as much snow as we possibly... Take as many Snowlands as you possibly get. Because they are our ticket to winning. All right, so we could take the God's Eyes. We still don't have good trade targets. I mean, I could trade off a snow land that then will become a regular land for one of their creatures. It's a lot of mana to do that. Well, I guess it's like 6. I kind of just want to take this. I mean, with 2 Avalanche Callers, you just get the snow lands. Because now we're up to what? 6? No, 5. Snow Island, snapping that up. Priest and Disciple would be fine, but we're just slamming snow lands here. Wow, Frostauger's cool. I love the value you get off of it, but I actually still don't think we have enough snow to support it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We actually do, but I'm still going to take the Ice Tunnel. Just makes our mana better. We already have a deck. I think Frostauger's a great card, but now we just get a Berg Strider, which is great wheel for us. This pack 3 kind of made our deck. Because now our res card 2 is actually very good. I think this is definitely an 18 lander. Particularly with, Avalanche Callers. And I don't know if I'm doing the Invader anymore with double Berg Strider. I might be off that plan. It's not that good of a card anyway. But I think the deck is cool. Might be off the Pretender too. But probably keeping the planning around. Just as an actual Arcanist value card. Would be nice to wheel a Skull Raid. I can't remember if we saw one though. I don't think we did. Could take another planning. I guess we can take the God's Eyes now. I mean, why not? So yeah, I can activate a Snowland and then use it to cast. So it is for 6 mana. Is that right? Yeah. So you could activate for 6 mana. You can trade off one of your lands for their best creature. Pretty good. You have to activate it, but yeah. So you activate it using itself to activate whatever. You get it. It works. It's fine. Let's take Draugr here. This is actually pretty good in our deck. Certainly better than Pretender now. Although we have a good zombie count, don't we? Yeah, we actually do. Zombies and wizards. But probably still not enough to want this Pretender. I mean, at this point, Miss is probably just better than Bind the Monster. Although, yeah. Bind lets us attack into it with the Avalanche Caller, I guess, but it's okay. All right. Yeah, we can take Depart. It seems pretty good. Got the other. I'll have to think about that. I mean, it is a cool card. I wish it was better for our deck. I should have gotten those Brine Barrow Intruders. All right, Priest. That's a sweet card to get. That's actually at least a good removal or trade card as well. So that's kind of cool. So I think we have enough goodies in here to do some kind of cool stuff. And Trickster's God's Heist is actually randomly good against, like, opposing Bind the Monsters and Bound in Gold. You just trade it away. So, yeah, we probably run it. Probably going to have to make a lot of cuts here, though. I'm just doing a count right now. Blue and green, or blue and black sources here. And we are going to do 18 lands. I've I've decided. Oh, this is both, and this is blue. So we got to make a lot of cuts. How many creatures? 18. So I think the Invader can go. It just feels like an easy card to cut. Recruiter can probably go. It's clunky. We have enough. I guess we don't have a million 4-drops actually, but it's just an easy card to cut, I think. Plenty of Foretell. I kind of want to cut Bind just because I don't really like it. Probably can cut the Mist too. Where does that leave us removal-wise? We have the Jarls to help. We have, I guess, Demonic Gift. We have Priest, which is pretty good in here because we got, what, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? Yeah, 8 Snowlands, which is nice. Probably need to make 5 cuts. I think Pretender can go. We actually did have... Yeah, I mean, it's not that good. So I don't want to cut any more creatures. Probably can cut the Raven Form. Where does that leave us removal-wise? Counterspell, Bounce, Combat Trick. This is removal. These are kind of removal. Tempo removal. I just feel like Raven Form, for the most part, I don't really like. I can sideboard into it. There's like something super bomby I can't deal with. But probably don't need it. I'm only keeping the plannings basically for Arcanist. It's true. I don't love it. I could go down slightly in creature count. It's going to make our Trickster's God Size quite a bit worse, though. So I don't like that. I might have to cut the Stroke. Once again, I kind of like gifts in here because of our Enter the Battlefield effects. Like, it actually isn't going to work with Arcanist because we only have... Well, I guess if we played it for no value and then later got a planning in the graveyard, it could work, but whatever. I feel like we probably can cut Stroke because we already have Saw It coming. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So do need to make 2 more cuts. And I can cut a creature because we've got Behold, but then once again it makes the Trickster's God Size worse. That's tough. Maybe I cut the gifts. It's cute, it's good, but... I don't want to do 17 lands, I don't think. I don't like that with the Avalanche Callers. Now it's kind of like... I feel like I want to keep the Skull Raid for card draw and the card advantage aspect of it. Honestly, it feels like cutting a planning, but then Arcanist is pointless, so I don't like that either. But what am I running planning for? Because planning's not a great card. This much should be obvious. You know what? I think it's in our best interest to cut the Arcanist, cut the plannings, get off that plan. It's not that great of a plan anyway. And then we can do... We would have 8 zombies if I brought the Pretender back. Which still isn't that good. We could do the Bind and a Raven Form. It gives us 2 okay pieces of removal. And I could do the Recruiter, even though I don't think it's good. It potentially can get back an Avalanche Caller. Or I could run like a Miss of Lit Yara as some more early protection. I feel like our late game plan is pretty solid with all these Avalanche Callers and Yetis and Striders. "14 creatures with double heist," though I don't like it. I think I'm going to try out Recruiter. For the most part, I don't think it's a great card, but I'm going to try it out. I'm going to see what I think of it. Oh, wait, did I need to cut? Yeah, I never added a land, so I guess I think I'm going to do this over the... Maybe the bind? Yeah, I guess I'm cutting bind because I don't really like bind in general. Even though we are removal light. I could go either way on that, but... I want to do 18 lands with double port, yeah. So, color-wise, more blue, but we already have more blue, so 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7, so we want to add another black. That gives us 8 black, or 9 black, and I think it's 10 blue? 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 blue, 9 black. Yeah, it looks good. I mean, one nice aspect of this deck is, even though we don't have a lot of removal, I feel like we're staying busy early, which is good. I wish we had more synergies for Trickster's God's Heist, because we just do not have a ton of things to trade off. We can trade a Priest, we can trade a Snowland, because I'm kind of interested in seeing how that works out. I don't think it'll be bad. And what's cool is you can actually trade it and then bounce it with the part and get your guy back. That is actually cool. All right. Well, either way, we're going to do it like this. And we'll see you round 1. All right. Round 1, we'll play first. Oh, it's a keep, yeah. Sure. So Ice Tunnel into Foretell Jarl. Jarl's cool because you can even get like surprise blocks with it. Surprise flash it in for 2 and kill like a 1/3 or something. Mistwalker. Well, that's kind of more appealing now. I'm going to play the tap land. Actually got some choices here. I could do the Draugr or the Mistwalker. I think we'll do the Draugr. Well, Avalanche Caller's a good one too. Let's do the Draugr. Draugr beats down the hardest, so I kind of like it. That's cool. I can attack into it too. So I think we just attack. They can't really block. So then I can go Caller plus Jarl here. Story Seeker, sure. Okay. Oh, they're going for the aggro route, huh? Let's see. I think we just attack with both. And then probably play another Draugr if they don't block. Otherwise, bust out the Jarl if they do. I'm fine with that. Sure. We didn't really have the resources to support Avalanche Caller plan right now anyway, so that's okay. Alright, sure. We're still kind of in fine shape here. Because now I can just trade off my Draugr for their Mistwalker if I want, which I think I might do. It's kind of just like a free Mistwalker, but then again, maybe just find a better target. I don't have the mana to support a Mistwalker plan, so I kind of like this more. particularly since I can actually attack, which I think is good. And I guess I'll actually foretell the part, because then I can cast it. Okay. So I could actually bounce my own Draugr. Part of me is kind of okay with that, but I guess we don't even have to. Oh, wow. We're a land away from double land activation here too, which is pretty sweet. I mean, right now we threaten lethal with Avalanche Caller activation anyway. Inga, sure. So I think we're probably just going to bounce Inga and activate and get in for 9. Alternatively, I can double activate. Is that better? I don't think so, actually. I think... yeah. I think we just bounce this. Yeah, activate. And... activate that. And then we bash. And... whatever. Okay. I want to see what the third mode of that does. Oh yeah, you get back a foretell card, so they can get back... yeah, it's some pretty good choices there. Removal or card advantage. Sideboard options we have. Well, Bind is actually good against Mistwalker. And I suppose Story Seeker to a certain extent. They do get to gain life, though. But... don't want to do that over a Raven form. Just based on what I saw, maybe. For now, maybe we do that. Okay. I wonder if they're going to take out their... wait, we didn't show them Trickster's God's Eyes. That's actually really important. Because I think they probably take out Bind the Monster if they see we have Trickster's God's Eyes. So I'm glad we didn't have to cast that. Yeah, his hand is good. Feel like mind rotting our opponent can do something Trickster's God's Ice is better now that we know our opponent's playing Bind. I think I'd rather foretell this for now. Because then next turn we can cast it plus play the tap land. Then into Yeti. You're all's good too. Let's do the Skull Raid. Make them discard. Yeah, it looks like a tough choice, which is good news for us. So we can jam a Yeti next turn. And then, I don't know, see if they have Bind. So we get a nice exchange. No play. No land play either. That's cool. Well, we're going for the 4-drop here. See if they have the stroke. It's okay. If they have counters, it's okay. Yeti's not the difference between winning or losing this game, so. Next turn we can go Mistwalker and foretell that. Sure. Elixir. That's a good one. So, wish I had an artifact so I could trade and steal their elixir. Unfortunately, Raven form would have answered that. Yeah, I think we still do Yeti here. Best use of mana would have been Mistwalker plus Jarl, but we want to actually bring them lower than 20. So they get to draw the card. I'm okay with binding that if it means getting their life total lower. Now, granted, they could just, well, I don't know. I kind of feel like they have Verdict. You know what? I'm just going to attack. If they want to block so they can draw another card, I'm okay with that. If they have Verdict, so be it. Now they at least won't draw a card and we can make a double play here. That's actually fine. I think Grim Draugr is actually more dangerous here than a Mistwalker, so that's fine. Cosima. Well, I kind of want to steal her, quite frankly. We'd probably attack first, though. The problem is, once it's exiled, I think it comes back. Yeah. I didn't think about that. That's true. It comes back under their control, I think. It might not. but I don't want to risk it. Particularly since it's not like they can get rid of Cosima right now either. That's another important thing to think about. They really can't afford to like get rid of Cosima. I can foretell this too. That's cool. Okay. Then I can at least counter things. All right. Surprised they're exiling it. I think I'm actually going to flash out the Jarl, believe it or not. Just because it's like a dangerously high amount of damage. So we bash with everything here. And I can counter their Iron Verdict, which we will. And then I can, at that point, I might as well just pump. Brings them to 9. Then if they play a land and bring Cosima back, we just bind it. And... oh, they didn't? What, are they nuts? Must have a board wipe then. Otherwise, why would they do that? Oh. Well, in that case, I'll just bind it. And go for lethal here. Alright. Cool. See you for round 2. Round 2. Yeah, we'll keep this. No blue mana, but we're at least on the draw and keeping still kind of busy with black spells, so could be okay. There's a good draw. Okay. So I think we'll actually foretell the Skull Raid. Next turn, likely doing the Grim Draugr. Giant dot deck, maybe? Could be. Firewalker's a good one too. All right, let's do the Grim Draugr. I'm willing to trade those off so they don't get a bunch of boast value. Could have done the Mistwalker instead, but then they get like free boast attack. So I'd rather trade here. Let them boast. Hopefully miss. They did miss, which is great news for us. Because it ate up a land, and they can't play their 7-drop, so that's totally fine. We want to rip a land here, but if we can't, it's not the end of the world. Probably just slam a Mistwalker. So they're playing 3-color, huh? Okay. Invasion. All right. So giant deck, presumably. Or some changelings. I mean, we saw the Cinderheart already, so... ooh, 2 on top. Jeez. All right, getting our 4th land is nice, because now we can do the Yeti, which is a bigger threat anyway. I'm more inclined to do Trickster's God's Heist with Depart the Realm. All right. Got the Kinseeker off. Not a huge deal. Trickster's God's Heist has high upside here if they do in fact have more Cinderheart Giants or big fat giants. Alright, that's not that scary. It does offer them some... Well, 5th land. Guess we just Skull Raid them, plus a Mistwalker. This is a tough choice. And we got rid of 2 spells too. Wow, that's a good feeling. All right. So no attacks. Probably once again offering the trade to the Firewalker with the Yeti. I don't want them to just get free boasts. Kind of surprised they did that. Oh, I see. They wanted to see what they were going to boast into. That makes more sense. So we'll trade here. Why'd they leave that on top? Weird. Why even attack and boast at that point if you wanted to draw it? I don't think we need to really do anything here. So you have to bounce our own Mistwalker, which I don't want to do. But if I don't, then it dies, and then they can just replay their Kinseeker for more value. So I don't like that either. Port's actually fine here. I may have to just Raven form the Kinseeker. I don't want to, but at least it kind of turns off their attacks. Alright, that's cool. So now we can at least do Port, which is fine. Maybe get a Bergstrider. Immersturm Predator. Well, I can steal that. Maybe find an Avalanche Caller or something off of this. We'll see. Hopefully something. Alright, we found the Bergstrider, so that's good. We can... Yeah, I guess we do that. Oh wait, I didn't cast blue though. That's a problem. I think I kind of feel like I have to steal Predator. It's actually kind of cool. I shouldn't have tapped it, but it is kind of cool. The problem is giving them Mistwalker isn't that great. I wonder if I needed to bring like Jarl back. Like the least powerful creature to take for their Immersturm. Either way, I have to take Immersturm here. Which I don't love, but at the same time I don't feel like I shouldn't have tapped it. But and I should have attacked with my Mistwalker first. Oops. So we'll swap those. So Predator with Trickster's God's Heist, is it going to be enough? I don't know. So I don't want to exchange anything, I don't think. Non-basic anyway, so no. So let's see. If I were to attack with Predator and exile something, they could smash back for 4, 5, 6, 7, which is lethal. So I can't actually attack. All right, now I at least can, which is good. So we'll make you lose 3. Then I can at least attack with Predator here. Exile your Firewalker, I guess. Maybe the Squash? Or a Demon Bolt in case they have a Frostfire Arcanist. Let's do the Squash. Well, they don't have any... No, they do have a giant, because Mistwalker is a giant. Yeah, Glimpse is a fantastic card. A lot of value to reap from that. We're also just like an Avalanche... yeah, we're like just an Avalanche Caller away from lethal. Just one of the many reasons that I talked about during draft of why Avalanche Caller is so good. Unfortunately, we gave them the giant. But they would have had it whether we traded either card, so I guess it doesn't matter that much. They got some weird stuff going on in their deck. I don't like the Raven form here very much. They don't actually have bomb creatures. Well, I guess it does deal with the Predator. But I can steal the Predator. I'd rather steal the Predator than give them a bird, probably. That's fine. We can only pump... and actually pump. And invasion for Scry. Okay. So I can play the Jarl here. I think I will. But I'm not attacking with it, so maybe I don't. But if I rip an Avalanche Caller, I'm going to be happy to have that. Let's see. If I attack with both... it's not going to work. Pump this. 4, 5. They have Berserkers. I think I actually do play it. Because we're like an Avalanche Caller away from Omega value, so I like that. 4, 5, 6, 7. So they don't have lethal that I'm seeing. And they're not really going to be able to afford to attack and lose life if I attack for like 9. Because really I can attack for 10. And then even the Mistwalker is going to cost them life if they attack with it. I wonder if I just attack with these two. Maybe I need to keep the Strider back. Didn't calculate the invasion properly, although it did require them to have a giant. Yeah, I think they've got us, unfortunately. So if I'd kept the Burger Strider back, would we have been able to live, is the question. I would have been able to block. There are 2 Berserkers, but that's it. I don't think that they... Huh. I don't know why they did that. I'm pretty sure they had lethal on board, because their Berserker has Menace, so I wouldn't have been able to block that. They could have attacked with everything, pumped their Mistwalker 3 times. They would have lost 3 life, but they would have drawn 3 cards. They would have for sure gotten in for 5 in the air, bringing me to 1, and I wouldn't have had the blockers for Menace plus the Berserker. But like I said, I think I was still dead anyway. Maybe I had to not attack with the Immerstern Predator. That could have been a choice to make. Whatever they attack with, they do lose life, other than the bird. All right. So now they need 2 blockers for our Draugr. They have the bird for the flyer. But I don't think I have lethal, which puts me in a difficult spot here. Oh, and they have Burst Strider. All right, well, now we're just in big trouble, and there's not much we can do. And they're going to kill us with their flyers. Yeti. Well, we had ample opportunity to rip an Avalanche Caller and just straight up win. Because we just have a million snow right now, but we did not get there. We did not get there. I guess we attack with Draugr and... I guess if we're getting time off their clock, maybe it's good. So I think we actually just kill this, and then I act like I have something. Because I want them to think I have something so that I can keep Mistwalker from killing us. I mean, I feel like we've got to be dead anyway, so I don't really think it matters, but I do still like Trickster's God's Heist here in this match because stealing like Cinderheart Giant is pretty good. But they're not really a ton of fatty giants, are they? No, they're more like changeling giants. So I don't know. Maybe it's not good enough. Not really. Well, yeah, I'm not really loving the Jarls here either. The Predator is good. That is a good thing to steal. I mean, at this point, I don't think we're going to get enough off their clock where it's going to matter, but might as well make them go through the motions, whatever. So, all right. What do we want to do differently in game 2? I think that's the major question here. So we did lose to our own Mistwalker. Something to note. We would have lost to Immersturm Predator though, so might be just a moot point. But yeah, it's a tricky situation. We were an Avalanche Caller away from winning for very, very many turns. There were very many turns where we draw that and we just win. I think Disdainful Stroke is too good to pass up on here in this match, certainly. We've got just way too many things to counter. Bog Striders, the Kinseekers, the Cinderheart Giants, the Immersturm Predator. I mean, a lot of things we want to counter. I think I'm going to ditch the Raven form. It does deal with the thing, but I'd rather steal the thing. I don't want to do bind, I don't think. Everything else might be okay. Like I said, I don't love Jarl here, but I don't see a better option either. So let's just bring in the Stroke, get some more removal, and run her back. All right. We'll do this in game 2. We'll play first. Good hand. Got the Caller, got a bunch of Snowlands, Skull Raid. Wonder if we actually don't play the Caller on turn 2. I don't know if that's right. It doesn't seem right. We can start Bastion on turn 3. I like that. Getting in for 4 on turn 3 is pretty sweet. It's a fast clock. I forgot, are we more black or blue? I think we're more blue. Or getting in for 5 on turn 3, I should say, is pretty good. There's a Firewalker, so let's see here. I think I just continue. They want to attack and boast. I'm okay with that. We rip another land, we start attacking. We attack for 8 next turn. Either attack for 8 or play a Berg Strider. Both of those seem pretty good. Alright, Craven Hulk now. So now they have a blocker. So now... not ripping a land there is a little bit awkward. I wonder what I want to do here. Kind of a tricky spot. Yeah, missing the land drop makes this real tricky now. Alright, I think I'm going to foretell this. And foretell this. and then pass. It maximizes my low mana count. I can't really attack super well anyway. They can slam into me for a bunch of damage, but it still kind of leaves them vulnerable to an 8 damage backswing. Yeah, missing the land there was horrifically bad for us. Very, very, very bad. I'd really like to rip the land here. Because then I can attack for 8, and I feel like it puts them in a reasonably tight spot. Especially if their best play is maybe just another glimpse. Alright, well, that's too bad. Did get the land, not the one I wanted. Can't trade with the Hulk. Can't play the Bergstrider. Guess we just leave up Jarl plus counter. That's all we got. Not going to counter that. They're just going to counter their counter. Yeah, that's fine. I don't want to, but it's what we're doing. So then we play the Bergstrider to tap their Hulk. Guess we still have another Avalanche Caller in here. I just feel like this game is going to be decided by missing that land drop. Ultimately. So I have to keep their Hulk tapped so I don't just take a bunch of damage. They can Demon Bolt our dude, so then we don't have any threats towards them. We're still at 5 mana, which is super awkward with this hand. It makes us have to do like a... I don't even know. Basically, I think it's over. I'll play it out, but we missed the land drop on a turn where we needed to attack for 8. And it was just super costly. Yeah, so they have the Demon Bolt in hand, so we're dead. There's nothing we can do. That's fine. We'll play this and foretell that and then die. And go to round 3. Or did they lose the Demon Bolt? I guess they lost the Demon Bolt. Got a grip full of cards, so alright. We'll see for the next one. Alright, play first. Keep. So we go Port into Snowland, Foretell into Draugr, into probably Menace Pump plus Foretell, flash that out as an additional beater. Yeah, this is fine. Disciple. I guess we'll discard a swamp. I actually kind of want the Ice Tunnel in case... Because do I have double blue? Maybe I don't, but whatever. It's fine. Yeti. Well, I guess I could have cast the Yeti, but it's not a big deal. Fiora is a super strong card. So we can attack into Fiora, but for now we just Berg Strider it, I think. Get a 4/4 down. Okay. So, got land. I think we just go like this. And get in. So we can pump again. Kill both. Which is fine. Can't play the Yeti, but this kind of works for me. They can get a lifelink swing back at us, but... Oh, I guess I should have pumped Mistwalker again. Although, yeah, I should have pumped Mistwalker again. Okay. So they do have the mana to activate that. Which is fine, I guess. I'm willing to trade my Berg Strider for a land, probably. Keeps their land count lower and keeps them off of snow land. They forgot to activate, which is interesting. So we'll do the Jarl. And we'll do a Yeti. Don't know why they didn't activate with the Avalanche Caller. They must have something expensive. Otherwise, I feel like they would have done it. Oh, they wanted to raise the Draugr. Okay, fair enough. So they can play 2 spells, too, and net a card. Or maybe they can't. No, they can. Okay. Doesn't have flying. I guess we can make the Yeti unblockable. So let's say a smash with everything, making this unblockable. We've got 2, 4. I don't have the mana now to pump that, so I can pump the Mistwalker twice, which I guess isn't good enough, so we just get in for 3 here. So they had the answer for the thing, but we can get it back with our thing, so probably still okay. And a Grim Draugr, so they're going to get more value. But they're at 3 life. We're also like an Avalanche Caller away from getting them reasonably well here. Another Yeti off the top. Yeah. Not the best use of mana here, but we'll do it. I don't need to I mean, cashing out the port does make better use of mana, but they have Elderfang Disciple in hand, so I don't want to discard this. So we just cast it and pass. So this makes it so they have to attack with Fiora, but even if they do, it's not going to be enough to prevent them from dying. So if they ripped a spell, they can cast 2 spells, though, and get... It looks like they did. So they can get more Fiora value. But it's not going to leave them a ton of mana to get out of this situation. Because they have to cast a Disciple to get the Fiora value to find something. They do actually have Iron Verdict mana here. They already cast one, but they could totally have another. Didn't attack with Fiora, which makes me think they found what they needed here. Fiora is just fantastic with the... Alright. Cool. Their deck looks sweet. They're playing a million colors. They've got, like, super color-intensive stuff, but they've got, like, fixer lands and avalanche callers with all the snow stuff. It looks fun. Fiora is just insane, too. You get rewarded for playing the 2-spell cards. And it finds you at least 1 spell when you cast your second one. It like sets you up for the next turn one. It's really good. Other than that, I don't really see the like... They named human for that. Okay, human. Pretender is the only like kind of suspicious looking one. I don't know why they named human. They basically didn't even show us any humans other than Avalanche Caller. So that was weird. But, so, God's Heist, is it still good? That's a question. I wouldn't mind stealing Fiora, or their Avalanche Caller for that matter. I still don't have great stuff to give them, but Elderfang Disciples would have been amazing for this deck. It really would have been for the Trickster's God's Heist, or the Intruders, the Brian Barrow Intruders. They're great for that, too. I probably want Disdainful Stroke, right? Nah, I guess not. They basically showed us a ton of cheap stuff. Yeah, okay. I mean, they showed us some stuff, but not enough to warrant it, I don't think. Removal, they showed us Iron Verdict. Demonic Gifts would be okay against that, but... Spectral Steel seems out of place too, doesn't it? They must have, like... I don't know, artifacts or enchantments I'm not seeing in there, but... I think we run it back how we've got it. Yeah, I like this. I like it. Can do the turn 2 Caller. Can actually do turn... It might even be better to do turn 2 Raven. The thing about Caller is that you can start beating early, but it's probably wiser to do it later. That's my thoughts. And getting a 3/3 flyer right now could not be bad, could it? Thought they wisely choose me. They don't want to set a snowland. That kind of surprises me. I guess if they thought we were light on land, then that makes sense. But we just happen to not be light on land or snow, so it doesn't really matter. Take the 3. think we have a better chance of racing. And I want the evasion. So they could Iron Verdict us here, but I'm not gonna play around it. So probably just play a Yeti. Then next turn I can do Avalanche Caller. We're actually close to getting the full value. Give them a snowland creature for a whatever, a big creature they've got. Glorious Protector. Now, curiously did not flash that, which would have been a big blowout. So I'm confused about that. But what do we want to do? So I can play the Avalanche Caller and still smash for at least 4, but it gives him back. And it comes back. Unfortunately, if I steal Protector, I'm still pretty sure the Thought Thief, because it says it'll go back to the owner, not the controller. So Jarl rather is not going to do much. I think we just go land, Avalanche Caller, swing for 4, take our 4 damage when we get it. We have 3 blue, 2 blacks. I can do it to a snow-covered island, I guess. And get in for 4. This still leaves me in a decent position to get in with Yeti and Avalanche Caller stuff. And they're also super starved on lands right now, so they're not exactly in a great position here. Got a grip full of spells, though, so I have to be conscious of that. Our lands having hexproof is just incredible. And actually, trading them a land for their creature now probably helps them. Curiously. They have like the most powerful limited card you could possibly get. That's pretty nasty. Now I'm pretty happy they're land screwed because that card is busted, as I've talked about it at length. So if I play the land, I can attack them for 8, which I think we do. If we get an untapped land, we can still repeat that attack next turn. And actually, we can attack with everything because it's going to be lethal. But this is still definitely good enough. I'm going to play around. Well, they can't do Iron Verdict, so we'll just do this. Well, I guess they can do Iron Verdict, but is their plan really to pay 3 of their 4 mana to kill my Avalanche Caller? I don't think that's going to work. We also have 3 lethal creatures right now. Pretty thankful to be able to beat a Starnheim Unleashed. That's pretty irrelevant when you're tapped out, so alright. Well, beat Starnheim Unleashed. Pretty thankful for that, because that is a broken card. Broken and limited, of course. Always speaking limited. If I'm ever talking, just presume I'm thinking about limited, not constructed. So, overall went 2-1. I'm actually pretty satisfied with that. I was wondering how this deck had some powerful stuff in it, but Dimir, I haven't played it enough to really know, but I guess it did pretty good. It did about as well as it probably should have. All right, hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you for the next one.